Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. B, your Cajun Connection. Doing a little driving video this morning. Heading down Highway 308, which is what I'm just turned on, going west, and trying to find go and scout out a little fishing hole that a friend of mine was telling me about. And while I'm on my way, I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that I try to avoid, but is getting to be so prolific. The news stories and the commentaries that I just want to add my 2 cents. And I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon. I'm going to try to keep it in accordance with the principles of this channel. Keep guard over your mind and make sure that whatever goes into your mind is not going to be negative and harmful and induce fear. And that's what I want to talk about, fear, because there's a lot of it. Now look, there's a difference between being fearful and being wise. I think it's wise to be cautious of all of the variants and all of the things that the news media is giving us information about. It's absolutely good to be wise, but fearful serves no purpose other than, as Job said, the thing I feared the most came upon me. If you have a good relationship with God, and by good I mean a relationship that's vital and real, then you shouldn't fear, because he's not the author of fear. With fear comes torment, the Bible says. And so that's what I want to share with you and to just caution you against, because there is good reason to be cautious. There's good reason to be wise, to do the things that are conducive to avoiding trouble. But there's another thing about being provoked into bad decision making because of fear. And I think that's the hand that the enemy fans with, making people fearful of the situation at hand. All right, so just wanted to put that out there. Going to continue our little drive up Highway 308 and see what this potential fishing spot looks like. You got to enjoy South Louisiana pace, especially in this little small town, nice and slow. And we're going through a busy little section right here, but it's going to quieten down pretty quick. Look at the clouds. They bubble up every day, starting in mid-morning, and they just keep bubbling up because we're so close to the Gulf. All that moisture just pops in from the Gulf and just lingers over the Gulf region every day. And of course, every day we've been having showers, but that's just a typical summertime pattern, showers. So we'll see what happens today. So I've turned on to Highway 1 going west, and I put the video back on so you can take a look at just how lush it is in South Louisiana. I mean, the tree line is always against the horizon. There are trees growing over roadways forever, and on each side of the highway you have just this shock of green growth and moss-covered trees lining the highway, mile after mile after mile. I know it can almost be cliche when you think about South Louisiana, but sometimes it's just seeing it anew from the eyes of those who don't get to see it every day. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I just decided to turn the camera on, just kind of give you a shot of just how lush the landscape is. So here we are now, rolling down Highway 398. We're going south, and there's sugar cane to the right of us and sugar cane to the left of us. And so we're going to go down here about 7 or 8 miles and see this little fishing hole that my friend mentioned. It's probably going to be on the side of a little bridge. We'll see. I think he mentioned that, but he told me it's about 8 miles off once you turn onto this highway. Well, here we are. We have reached this fishing hole my friend was telling me about. It's beautiful. The moss-covered trees and the bayou that goes right up to the highway. Here it is. I see the fish jumping. I also see alligators here. This would be a nice place to drop in a pirogue or kayak, but you better have a little experience, because if you happen to fall out of that thing, I think these waters are infested with alligators. So I would be careful. I'm not going to probably do much fishing here because it's not well maintained. As I drove up and parked, this is what I met. Trash. Lots of it. You see, folks, this is what we talk about when we talk about taking out what you bring in and making sure that you leave places at least as good as you found them, or better. And there are the signs. No dumping. No dumping. They should put no trash littering, because it's terrible. Turtle sunning himself, I think that's what that is. Here's a nice little ramp for launching a canoe or a kayak. You just walk it right into the water. And of course, if you have a trailer boat, here's a beautiful launch right here. You can just take this thing, back your boat down into this, and take off back there, which I'm sure is very nice. That's probably what we're going to try to do. But the fishing looks pretty. It's a good place to come fishing once you get past this area here. You can look over in the horizon, just very lush, lots of beauty. But very close to the highway, the launch is. And a lot of noise. But once you back your boat down into the water and take off going north, you probably would be met with a lot of serenity. So while I wouldn't do any bank fishing, which is what my friend recommended here, and I see we have a fisherman over there, I would be willing to bring a boat out here and getting a little deeper into the bayou, away from the evidence of uncaring people. This is Dr. B. I am your Cajun Connection. We're coming to you, going south on Highway 398. And we'll catch you in the next video.